This is News 3 Now at 10.
Thank you for joining us. As the state investigates the death of a man following a Monona police chase, his grieving family is demanding answers tonight.
The death of 24-year-old Elliot Johnson has led to protests, but the state's largest police union maintains evidence will show officers did nothing wrong. Madeline O'Neill has the plea from Johnson's family for transparency.
But it's tearing our family apart.
The loss of someone not only leaves a hole.
All of these beautiful kids that he loved to death and his fiancée.
But breaks their loved ones' lives into bits and pieces.
So many people that feel like a piece of their heart has been taken away. Because I know a big piece of mine has been taken away. This is Elliot right here.
These pictures are the pieces of 24-year-old Elliot Johnson that his mother, Sarah Johnson, has left.
Elliot can make you laugh.
The state is investigating Johnson's death after a Monona police car chase that ended here on Moreland Road. A press release from the Department of Justice says he was alone in his car when a gun fired once, not from police officers.
Every indication at this point is very clear that Mr. Johnson died as the result of a self-inflicted gunshot.
Jim Palmer, executive director of Wisconsin's largest police union, says body camera footage, once it's released, will refute any other claims.
This is one of him and his baby sister.
Sarah Johnson and those close to her son have a hard time believing the father of 6 would choose to leave it all behind.
I just want to know what happened to him, Maddie, so I can put him to rest.
There is always a valid investigative reason why some of those records aren't immediately released.
The DOJ says in a statement, quote, "These investigations take time, but it's important to allow for the investigators to thoroughly conduct their work to ensure a just outcome."
Yeah, he just had so much hurt.
Johnson says investigators have only provided her bits and pieces of information, while she's asking for the whole picture.
They can actually take away some of the pain if they just be open about what happened to him.
In Madison, Madeline O'Neill, News 3 Now.
The Monona police chief refused an on-camera interview today, but said in a press release that he acknowledges the community is frustrated and concerned and is asking for patience.
New tonight, demonstrators are once again making their message loud and clear, painting on a street right on the Capitol Square. This evening, "Refund the Community" was painted in big, bold yellow lettering on West Mifflin, right outside of the Capitol. It is the third such message to be painted in Madison in recent months. Getting a live look at the Capitol in downtown Madison tonight, we started off autumn on a warm note. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti has a look at our first warn forecast.
And it looks like the second day of fall will probably be just about the same, with temperatures in the upper 70s for tomorrow and plenty of sunshine. As we take a look at the time lapse from the WIC Skycam from early this morning, you see some clouds to start out the day, but then the sun broke on through and we had clear skies for pretty much the entire day. Just that haze from the wildfire smoke out west overhead at times, and skies have been mainly clear this evening. Doppler track, not a drop of rain anywhere around the upper Midwest. High temperatures today, upper 70s to around 80 degrees. Madison topped out at 78, Janesville 79, but Milwaukee hit 80 and La Crosse hit 82. Current temperatures are in the upper 50s to the lower 60s. Madison right now at 59 degrees. By morning, we'll be down into the middle 50s with skies being mostly clear overnight. Tomorrow will turn partly sunny. It'll be very mild and a little hazy as well, with a high temperature of 79. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes some thunderstorm chances on Thursday and cooler weather for next week.
Gary, thank you. Governor Tony Evers has extended the state's mask mandate. The initial order was set to expire September 28th, but it'll now be extended by about 2 months until November 21st. In a statement today, the governor cited an increase of cases across the state and on campuses. He pleaded with students to stay home as much as possible, wear masks, and stop going to bars. Wisconsin is seeing a surge in cases, especially among young adults. Governor Evers said 18 to 24-year-olds have a case rate 5 times higher than any other age group. 8 Wisconsin cities were listed among the top 20 cities in the U.S. where COVID-19 cases were rising the fastest. 6 of those cities have UW system campuses. Speaker Robin Vos calls the extension, quote, obviously illegal. He says Wisconsin statute clearly states the powers given to the executive branch during a public health emergency are limited. There is already a court challenge, and undoubtedly there will be more. Senator Steve Nass of Whitewater calling on Speaker Vos and Senate Majority Leader Scott Fitzgerald to call the legislature back into session immediately to try and vote down the mandate.
In response to the mandate extension, UW System President Tommy Thompson credited a robust testing program as the reason for spiking case numbers in Wisconsin. He says the UW is working to create a culture of responsibility among our students, adding that students are being tested at a rate of 5 to 10 times more than the average Wisconsin resident. He says the UW System's own masking mandate, coupled with more aggressive actions, were steps in the right direction. So getting a look at those new numbers from the UW, there were only 19 new cases confirmed, but the university says that's likely due to the fact that testing is conducted Monday through Friday, not over the weekend. Across the state as a whole, there have been more than 1,700 new cases confirmed today. 73 more people have been hospitalized and another 7 people have died. Officials with the Janesville School District are extending online instruction for Craig High School and Roosevelt Elementary School. Those closures started last week Monday following several positive cases in the schools. Online learning was set to last until this Friday, and it's now extended a week through October 2nd.
Chicago has once again added Wisconsin to its quarantine list. The expansion announced today brought the total number of affected states to 18, along with Puerto Rico. To comply with Chicago's order, travelers must stay at a single home or other dwelling for 14 days, except to seek medical care or be tested for COVID-19. The order also applies to city residents returning from a visit to a designated state. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi led a moment of silence in the House of Representatives today to honor the more than 200,000 Americans who've now died from COVID-19. The first death in the country was reported back on February 29th. 54 days later, on April 23rd, the U.S. had reported 50,000 deaths. At the end of March, leading White House infectious disease Dr. Deborah Birx said the country would see 200,000 deaths if the country did, quote, things almost perfectly.
New tonight, Cindy McCain, the widow of longtime Republican Senator John McCain, says she is endorsing Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden. She offered her endorsement in a series of tweets tonight, saying in part, "My husband John lived by a code. Country first. We are Republicans, yes, but Americans foremost. There's only one candidate in this race who stands up for our values as a nation, and that is Joe Biden." Today is a good day to register to vote if you haven't already. Every 4th Tuesday in September is National Voter Registration Day. It was first observed in 2012. More than 300,000 Americans registered that year. We are now 42 days from the November general election. Air Force Two, the plane used to fly Vice President Mike Pence, safely landed at a New Hampshire airport tonight after hitting a bird. The plane was flying the vice president back to Washington, D.C. after his speech at a Trump rally in Guilford, New Hampshire, when it struck this bird. The pilots decided to return to the airport from which the plane had just taken off out of an abundance of caution. After landing, Pence and his staffers used a cargo plane to return to D.C.
President Trump held a campaign rally tonight in the key battleground state of Pennsylvania, just 4 days out from announcing his Supreme Court pick to fill the seat of the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Top Senate Republicans are confident they have the numbers to act on that nominee this year. Skylar Henry at the White House with more.
Senate Republicans say they have the votes to move forward on a Supreme Court nominee after Utah's Mitt Romney announced he will back a vote.
If a nominee actually reaches the floor, that I will vote based upon the qualifications of that nominee.
We have an obligation under the Constitution, should we choose to take advantage of it, to fill the vacancy, and I assure you that's very likely to happen.
Senate Democrats have vowed to oppose the nomination.
The names we've heard are not acceptable at all, not even close.
President Trump says he'll announce his Supreme Court pick here at the White House this Saturday, after the services for the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg have concluded.
We're going to pick an incredible woman, brilliant woman, and watch the abuse that she will take. Whoever, the decision's going to be announced on Saturday, 5 o'clock on Saturday, at the White House.
CBS News has learned the president met in person with one of the frontrunners on his shortlist, federal appeals judge Amy Coney Barrett, at the White House. Judge Barrett is a favorite among religious conservatives.
We're in the middle of an election. They should wait.
2020 Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden says a high court nominee should not be considered until after the election. More than half of swing voters surveyed in a new CNBC Change Research poll say President Trump should not be able to nominate a replacement if he loses his bid for re-election. Skyler Henry, CBS News, the White House.
Justice Ginsburg will lie in repose at the Supreme Court tomorrow and Thursday after a private service. On Friday, Ginsburg will become the first woman to lie in state at the United States Capitol.
U.S. Attorney General William Barr shared an update on Operation Legend at a news conference today in Milwaukee. It was launched by the Justice Department in July in 6 cities, including Milwaukee, as an effort to crack down on violent crime.
So far, countrywide, we've made 3,500 local, state, and federal arrests with more than 800 defendants charged with federal crimes. Here in Milwaukee, we have charged 47 defendants for federal crimes, including narcotics and serious firearm violations.
Along with Milwaukee, Operation Legend also includes Detroit, Cleveland, Chicago, Kansas City, and Albuquerque. Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett wants to cut 120 positions from the city's police force. Barrett pushed the idea last night during a common council meeting where he announced his 2021 budget proposal. It would also cut nearly $500,000 from the city's police department. About 1,800 officers are currently on Milwaukee's police force.
New tonight, U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin has introduced safety to address long-standing helicopter tour safety concerns, a measure that legislation honors the memory of Amy and Jocelyn Gannon of Madison, who were among 7 people killed in a helicopter crash in Hawaii last December. Senator Baldwin says as tourism has steadily grown, the number of fatal crashes has increased. There is a need for improved safety measures at the FAA, including measures that would implement long-standing recommendations from the NTSB to ensure tour operators and pilots have the information and training to make safer decisions while flying. A Wisconsin Red Arrows soldier killed in action during World War II finally receives a headstone 76 years after making the ultimate sacrifice. Staff Sergeant Walter Schaller, who's from Milwaukee, enlisted in the National Guard in Wisconsin in 1941. He was killed in action in New Guinea in 1944. 5 years later, he returned home, buried in an unmarked grave at Holy Hill Cemetery. But on September 10th, Staff Sergeant Schaller received a new headstone during a memorial service at the cemetery.
Still to come tonight, the city of Beloit is canceling trick-or-treating this year. Plus, NASA unveils plans to send the first woman to the moon. That story when we come back.
Come in today for Rubens' annual leather event. Rubens has received generous discounts from all our fine leather suppliers. Natuzzi, American Leather, and many other manufacturers have allowed Rubens to give you up to 10% off on all leather furniture. Rubens' downtown store and west side store have many pieces that are available for immediate delivery. Remember, all interior design services are complimentary. Stop into either Rubens today for our leather event.
When looking for a TV and internet provider, we know you have a choice. This is Jessica. She still has satellite TV.
Well, I get tons of HD.
Spectrum has tons of HD, and we love Spectrum's 24-hour local news channel. Plus, we get exclusive access to premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
I don't have that.
Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-976-4499.
Spectrum Internet starts at 200 megabits with no data caps and a free modem.
We have to get internet from another company, and it isn't nearly as fast.
Spectrum Internet, $44.99 a month.
I'd switch, but I'm stuck in a contract and would have to pay up to $480 to cancel.
Spectrum has no contracts, and they'll pay up to $500 to help you out of yours.
That's it. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum TV and internet from $44.99 a month each. Call 833-976-4499.
The chief actuary of the Social Security Administration just released an analysis of Trump's planned cuts to Social Security. Under Trump's plan, Social Security would become permanently depleted by the middle of calendar year 2023. If Trump gets his way, Social Security benefits will run out in just 3 years from now. Don't let it happen. Joe Biden will protect Social Security.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
We're back. We got our to-go food.
Oh, good. What a treat after a long week.
When you can't dine in, then get it to go and support our restaurants during Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week to Go. 2 weeks of fabulous to-go menus you'll love. Visit madisonmagazine.com for details and menus. Restaurant Week to Go, sponsored by the Wisconsin Beef Council.
I guess there is still cleanup to do.
Hi, folks. Wednesday morning, we are previewing a visit to the state by the Secretary of State, where our battleground state stands ahead of the November election.
And Hattie's tracking a big change up in the forecast just in time for fall. We'll see you Wednesday morning.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. The city of Beloit says it will not schedule trick-or-treat hours this year. The CDC and local health departments say trick-or-treating is a high-risk activity and should be avoided this fall. A CDC advisory panel has delayed a vote on who should get a coronavirus vaccine first. The vote was expected to happen today, but now the panel will study the issue further. According to a committee member, there's general agreement among the group that frontline healthcare workers should be the first to get a vaccine when one is approved, but it is unclear who should be next in line.
The NFL is leveling more than $1 million in fines against teams whose coaches didn't wear face masks during games. The league says Seattle Seahawks Pete Carroll, Denver Broncos Vic Fangio, and the San Francisco 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan were each fined $100,000 for not wearing those masks this weekend. On top of that, all three teams are being fined $250,000 each for mask violations. There are now new regulations for cruise companies as they return to U.S. waters. The new rules could allow cruises to start back up before the end of the year. The changes include universal mask wearing, physical distancing, coronavirus testing, and increasing fresh air into ventilation systems. Cruising out of U.S. ports is currently banned through a no-sail order from the CDC until at least October 31st. Overseas, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson announced tighter COVID-19 restrictions as the UK continues to see a spike in cases. Johnson asked office workers to work from home when possible. Those required to wear masks, that was extended to shop staff, taxi users, and hospital guests. Plus, on Thursday, all pubs, bars, and restaurants must have table service only and should close by 10 p.m. The Prime Minister also said that fans will not be allowed at sports grounds as previously planned.
NASA is unveiling plans to send the first woman to the moon. The $28 billion plan aims to land a woman and a man on the moon in 2024. The trip would mark the first time humans would land on the lunar surface since 1972. One NASA administrator said the moon mission would be for scientific discovery, economic benefits, and inspiration for a new generation of explorers. The astronauts will spend nearly a week collecting samples and conduct experiments. Well, after making landfall as a tropical storm, Beta is now in the process of dissipating. Most of the rain associated with the storm is north of its eye, which is causing flooded streets in Houston. Parts of Texas and Louisiana will continue to deal with heavy rain and a potential for flooding as the system weakens and moves eastward tomorrow.
Let's go to Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti, who has our forecast, but also a look at what's happening along the Gulf Coast. Gary?
Yeah, Beta is in the process of falling apart. There's still showers moving onshore through the Houston area, and they've had quite a bit of rain there. Some areas just southwest of Houston have picked up about a foot of rain over the last few days, but now the bulk of the showers are moving through eastern Texas into Louisiana, northward into Arkansas. And right now, all the tropical weather systems have become what we call post-tropical. Teddy, which still has winds of near hurricane force moving up into the Canadian provinces. Post-tropical storm Paulette, the storm that just won't die, is fizzling out right here in a little circulation. But the latest forecast from the National Hurricane Center, oddly enough, brings it back toward the southwest. We'll have to see whether or not it could regenerate for a third time. And then Beta is considered post-tropical now as it's moved basically inland and has lost its tropical characteristics. Three things you need to know in our forecast. Mild weather will continue into the weekend with high temperatures in the 70s. Sunday itself will still be around 70 degrees, but thunderstorm chances are back for Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening, and then we'll see some shower chances for next week along with cool weather. Highs Tuesday and Wednesday will only be in the upper 50s. Time lapse from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville. Some morning clouds and then just that hazy sunshine with the wildfire smoke overhead all the way through the day, and skies remain clear as we headed into the hours beyond sunset. High temperatures today in the 80s through much of Iowa and Minnesota, upper 70s to lower 80s across Wisconsin. But on weather track, upper level winds right now are still from the northwest, and that's bringing in some of that wildfire smoke from out west. But also to the south, notice the second branch of the jet stream, the subtropical jet stream, starting to bring moisture northward a little bit. And some of that was from what was once beta. And as this moisture works its way northward and a cold front comes in from the north and west, there might be enough moisture to squeeze out a shower or thunderstorm Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening. Weather track shows that cold front just entering northwestern portions of North Dakota, but right now things are very quiet across our part of the Midwest. Skies are mainly clear. Winds are generally out of the south. Temperatures right now upper 50s to lower 60s. Madison actually one of the cooler temperatures around, but as we look at future track, you can see we'll stay clear overnight. Tomorrow some clouds start to come in from the south, but we'll still call it partly sunny with high temperatures near 80. And then tomorrow night, as that cold front starts to move into northwestern Wisconsin, you can see some showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm there. And then by late Thursday afternoon into Thursday evening, some scattered showers and thunderstorms rolling on through. After that, looks like we'll probably clear out and see temperatures back to above normal for Friday. So for tomorrow, another partly sunny day. It'll be hazy with that wildfire smoke overhead and very mild with a high temperature of 79 degrees. The 7 to 10 day forecast, those temperatures stay mild through the weekend. Again, thunderstorm chance Thursday afternoon into Thursday evening. Friday should be dry and breezy. Saturday, another chance for a shower or thunderstorm. Highs mid-70s and around 70 on Sunday. After that, the cooler weather arrives for next week. Mid-60s for Monday with some showers in the afternoon. Windy and chilly with showers and highs only in the upper 50s for Tuesday and Wednesday. And then just slight chances of showers toward the end of the week, but high temperatures will stay around the 60-degree mark. Of course, by that time, the average high temperature is down to about 65, so we're not that far below normal.
And let's enjoy this week because it looks pretty good for the most part, at least with those temperatures.
Sure does.
Gary, thank you. And just heading towards the Brewers, they needed a win, and they got one thanks to a big hit late in the game. We'll tell you who came up clutch next in Sports with Zach.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Lately, we've come to appreciate what home has to offer. Right now at Feldco, buy one window and you'll get one free, plus no interest for 1 year. That'll help keep your home and your family warm, safe, and comfortable all year long. That's something we've been providing for almost 50 years. Let Feldco get you ready for colder weather. Buy one window, get one free now.
Final days. Hurry. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
We love our new home. There's so much space.
We have a guest room now.
But we have ants.
You're slouching again, Ted.
Expired. Expired. Expired.
Thanks, Aunt Bonnie.
It's a lot of house. I hope you can keep it clean.
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
Which helps us save a lot of money.
Oh, Teddy, did you get my friend request?
I'll have to check.
Aunt Joni's here.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
During Joe Biden's 47 years in Washington, Made in America was replaced with Made in China. Biden's bad trade deals put China first, and American workers paid the price. Millions of jobs lost to Mexico and China. Donald Trump is the jobs president. He helped create millions of jobs. Factories returned. African Americans, Hispanic Americans, and women saw record gains. President Trump will always put America first.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Right now, you can get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2020 Toyota RAV4. To learn more about this and other great offers, visit Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
At Papa Murphy's, we make fresh pizza that you bake at home. Because home is where the cozy is. Home is where the fun is. Home is where the together is. And home is where the yum is. Because when you taste a fresh-made, home-baked pizza, you won't want to be anywhere else. For a limited time, get the Combo Magnifico Pizza with giant pepperoni, sausage, mushrooms, and onions for just $10. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
It's the mattress sale you don't want to miss. The A1 Back and Better Than Ever sale on now. With savings of up to 40% on top brand mattresses. Get a Nectar or Dream Cloud. The only mattresses with a 365-night guarantee and a lifetime warranty. Plus tax included on every purchase over $4.99. And for qualified customers, 48 months free financing. Most in-store items available for immediate pickup or delivery. One location only. Stoughton Road, Madison. Don't miss the A1 Back and Better Than Ever sale on now.
The margin for error was already small for the Brewers, so last night's loss didn't help their cause. But when Game 2 and 3 and the crew are sitting pretty and will be over 500 for the first time this season. But first things first, let's start with Game 2. Reds jumped out to a 2-0 lead. Brewers would tie it up, and then in the 7th, Eric Sogard would give them the lead. 2 doubles and 1 big RBI from Sogard tonight. And then Josh Hader will get him swinging to close the door. Brewers get a big win. 3-2 is the final. And if the season ended tonight, they'd be in the playoffs. It's no secret, for the Packers offense to have success, you have to keep Aaron Rodgers upright. He shouldn't have to wash his jersey after the game, and through 2 weeks, he's been pretty clean. The Pack have given up just 1 sack, so the offensive line is doing their job, but so are the running backs. They're thriving in pass protection and blocking guys who are running at them full speed that are 40 to 50 pounds heavier than them.
You can't be a little puppy, you know what I mean, playing with big dogs. So you got to know that you're a big dog and just go in there no matter how much you weigh. It's really about your will and, you know, if you want to go in there and block a person. Well, you go in there, you just going to block a person. If you ain't got that will to block them, you ain't going to block them. So it's all mentality.
There's a lot of new this season for the Watertown football team. Brand new look to their helmets. They're playing teams they normally wouldn't. And as far as describing this year's team, they're young. Not in age, but in an experience. The Goslings have guys who've played in varsity games, but starting them, well, that's another story. So with a relatively new team, Watertown is out to prove the doubters wrong in 2020.
A lot of new faces, a lot of people graduated. So that means a lot of guys got to step up, show coach what we can do.
Definitely have something to prove, but I feel like we can go out there and show it to people. This team can be very, very competitive, and I think that if we keep our mind to it, we can really prove a lot of people how from last year, how much better we are this year.
And Joe Pavelski joined a pretty exclusive list last night after he scored his 10th goal of the playoffs. Just 3 other players in NHL history have scored 10 or more goals in 1 year in the playoffs at age 36 or older. They are Maurice Richard, Brett Hall, and Wayne Gretzky. That's some pretty good company for the former Badger to be in. And remember, he's still got at least 3 games to go to add to his total. We're back after this.
And Dallas is back in front.
Celebrate and save during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's 65th anniversary sale going on now. To commemorate 65 years, we're offering incredible anniversary savings throughout the store. Like 25% off all Carhartt pans. Get $65 instant savings on this DeWalt brushless blower. And save $5 on Energizer AA or AAA batteries. Don't miss incredible 65th anniversary savings. Plus, buy online and pick up your items in our convenient drive-thru.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
When it comes to what's best in a mattress,
big ol' spring,
memory foam, springs, foam. Denver Mattress says, why not both? Introducing the Doctor's Choice Hybrid with the cooling full body comfort of gel memory foam and pocketed coils with targeted lumbar support. All packed in this easy to manage box. Choose from the luxury firm, Plush, and Eurotop. And rest easy knowing it's backed by our 365-night better sleep guarantee. The Doctor's Choice Hybrid, exclusively at Denver Mattress.
Garver. Garver.
Gather. Gathering.
Garver.
Gathering.
Garv.
Garvering.
A socially responsible gathering where a maximum of 250 people enjoy thirst-quenching drinks, delicious food, and the arts in a safe, clean, and touchless outdoor environment. Let's go Garvering. Visit thegarverfeedmill.com for dates and details starting June 11th.
Brought to you by News 3 Now, Madison Magazine, and the Garver Feed Mill.
If you lose direction, you can grab my hand. I'll be the one behind you to say no. One man band. Just follow your dreams.
rate health insurance. See why we're rated #1 in service, coverage, and affordability in central Wisconsin.
I was sworn into the United States Senate in a hospital. My wife and daughter had been killed in an automobile crash. And lying in the bed were my 2 little boys. I couldn't have imagined what it would have been like if I didn't have insurance to cover them immediately and fully. 40 years later, one of those little boys, my son Bo, was diagnosed with terminal cancer, given months to live. I can't fathom what would have happened if the insurance companies had the power to say, last few months, you're on your own. The fact of the matter is, healthcare is personal to me. Obamacare is personal to me. When I see the President of the United States try to eliminate this healthcare in the middle of a public health crisis, that's personal to me too. We've got to build on what we did because every American deserves affordable healthcare. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Finally tonight, check out one of Gucci's newest denim products, unveiled in its grunge-inspired Fall and Winter 2020 collection. The company says these overalls have been purposely stained with grass. Just $1,400 for that play in the dirt again, worn-in look. But if overalls aren't your favorite, Charlotte, no worries. There are grass-stained jeans as well, and these, yours for the low, low price of $1,200.
You know, I probably have like 5 pairs of kids' grass-stained jeans. I'll give to anybody
you could sell
for free.
them. Half that price. Half
for
that
about
price.
$12, I'll go wear them and mow the lawn too.
Canalti does his back-to-school shopping at Gucci, I think, right?
Yeah, right.
How about that forecast, Gary?
I get tipsy just looking at the labels there. Temperatures right now, upper 50s across southern Wisconsin. It's cooling off a little bit, but you can see temperatures tomorrow, upper 70s for highs, plenty of sunshine, and we'll stay mild through the weekend, but cooler weather on the way for next week. Look for some shower chances and windy on Tuesday, highs only in the upper 50s.
All right, Gary, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us tonight for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, be well, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.